Greetings, Judah. DFG here, Gideon's Flight. Hope you guys can hear me pretty good. As you can see, I'm outdoors enjoying nature, and not that it's such a beautiful day, or anything like that. It's just, you know, as men of the earth, the people of the earth. You know what I'm saying? It's always a very, very comfortable, invigorating place for me. But that being said, I titled this video "Not for Children," and I meant it and I mean it because what I'm going to say, if you're going to be offended with strong words, you probably want to just go ahead on and move past this video and just wait for the next video, and and then we can share and learn or observe or listen here, whatever your takeaways are from the messages that Yah has given me the blessings to be able to use this platform to share. That said, there's an old saying that be careful what you ask for, you just might get it. And that's equivalent to whatever man sows, he's going to also reap. And this is in regard to, I'm hearing, today that I guess if the final selection has been made, with Biden and Harris being, the president and, elect and the vice president elect. And Judah, a lot of you guys are responsible for that. Not all of Judah, but a lot of you are responsible for that. Therefore, when I say this to you, be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. It's apparent that you guys did not hearken to the warnings that were all over the place, including some of the warnings that I shared on many of videos on this particular platform. And that is that these are two of the most wicked individuals in regards to you, Judah, the so-called Negro. These people have a history of being abusive towards us. I mean, when you go back and you look at, here's what I'm gonna ask many of you guys. When you looked at Biden, did you get behind Biden because Obama selected him to be his vice president? And many of you are gonna say, yeah, because he's a good guy, he helped Obama. No, Obama selected him for the same reason John F. Kennedy selected Lyndon B. Johnson, because he was a Southern racist. And Kennedy knew, coming from Massachusetts, that he had to get the Southern vote, and he was Catholic. So in order to get that Southern Protestant vote, that racist Southern segregationist vote, he had to put a segregationist on his ticket. Well, that's exactly what Obama did with Joe Biden. And here, and you say you want some proof, go back and look at Biden's history for 4 decades. Everything from being against integration, bus segregation, everything, and that's towards us, Judah, by the way. He was anti-busing. He said that he didn't want his children going into the jungles. What jungles? The jungles where he accused you of being, where you resided. In other words, he was really calling you monkeys. Because what lives in the jungle but primates? So when he said he didn't want his children going to school in the jungles, he was really calling you, a monkey. And that was in the early 70s. Then you go up to the next decade with this man, his second decade, in so-called leadership in the Senate. He passed the drug disparity laws. Of course, his son being on cocaine, I'm sure, encouraged him to pass this law. But this law had 100-to-1 sentencing crack cocaine versus powder cocaine. And this is at the time where crack cocaine was at epidemic proportions in the 80s in our communities, urban communities where Judah primarily lived. This guy passed laws that pretty much said that not only are we going to throw you in jail, we're going to keep you in jail for the rest of your life. We're going to tear your families up. Okay, let's go to the next decade, the 90s. What did Mr. Joe Biden do? He passed the Biden bill. In other words, the law that says 100% sentence, no chance for rehabilitation, no chance to getting out early if you reformed yourself. He said he didn't give a damn about you being reformed. All he wanted you was off the streets so him and his family could walk the streets and not see your black faces angry or in his mind crazed or whatever, I guess, in his world, wild men from the jungles do. So that's a segregationist history. That's 3 decades of it. And this so-called transformation only happened in the last decade with Obama. You follow me? And Obama, again, grabbed a segregationist because he knew that would get him the Southern vote, people. And you fell for it. Now you're going to reap the consequences of your decisions. Because many of you, as many as 70% of you said you're not going to take that vaccine when it comes out. Yet, they have made you the target of that vaccine because they said that your kind, the so-called blacks and Hispanics, are the sickest people in the country. Therefore, we're going to go to those people first and enforce it. And I heard a guy, the other day saying, well, Biden, and Harris is going to, have to deal with the same thing, the coronavirus, and they're going to have to do the same thing that Trump dealt with. And again, this is not no Trump message. If you've been following this channel, I don't give a rat's ass about that racist either. All right? I'm not talking about him. All right? He's out anyway, sounds like it. But as I go back to, they made the comment that, well, now let's see how they deal with COVID. And now they got to deal. I already know how they're going to deal with COVID. They've already made it crystal clear how they're going to deal with COVID. Either you're gonna do the follow the laws that they put in place, or your ass is going into concentration camps. They're going to have target tracing. They're going to have mandatory, what do you call it? Quarantine. Not quarantine, but mandatory curfews. They're going to have programs in place that if you don't take that vaccine, you're not going to be able to work, you're not going to be able to eat, you're not going to be able to purchase. And that's it. They're going to starve your asses out, Judah. And not only that, Harris on the other side of it. Let me give you just a little snippet of her. I don't want to go too long on this message. But this wench, was throwing black mothers in jail because their children were skipping classes, skipping school. And then in addition to that, she would not allow men who had served their time in prison for the crimes they had committed, that they had paid their dues, and she would not let them out of prison. Went against federal statutes that said, or mandates telling her she had to do it, and she still didn't do it. That's how much she thought about you, Judah, especially when you think about almost 70% of all people incarcerated are Judah or Hispanics. And many of you got behind that devil. And now you got this devil along with another devil, and now they're going to be calling the shots for your people, many of you. And you're going to reap the consequences. You're going to regret it. And let's not forget that Biden is damn near senile. So now you're going to have Harris from California with that liberal ass state that they have over there saying that it's okay for grown-ups to have sex with children. She just passed that law. This woman slept around with every damn married man she could get. She can open and spread her legs for to get where she wanted to go. So all you Judah women who call yourself, I don't believe if my man cheats on me, I'm getting rid of his ass. And why did you vote for a woman who would have cheated on you or cheated with your husband on your asses then? If it was going to be politically convenient for her. You voted for her. You're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. Because you said it was okay for her to sleep around with married men, but you're going to have an attitude if somebody slept with your husband. This is the morals of that. She has none. No values, no moral, no understanding of who we are as a people. I don't give a damn if her dad is Jamaican. What the hell does it have to do with ADOS anyway? What does it have to do with us? And if you know anything about the Indian culture, those motherfuckers got 1 billion people for a reason. Told you this is not for children. They fuck anything moving. The men are some of the biggest whores you ever seen, Indian men. They fuck each other's wives like shit going through a goose and think nothing of it. And the women are just as bad as the men are. Now those are the facts, and that's who you put in there. And she's going to destroy the marble fabric, the things that Yah put in the hands of Judah, Israel, but in particular Judah, the praised people, the apple of his eye. And you guys now have betrayed the very foundation of what Yah said. That's why he said that because the wickedness is going to be so great on this earth, Matthew 24, that he's going to have to shorten the days, or all of our asses are going to be slaughtered because of the decision that you guys have just made. And you're proud of it. Let's see if you're proud of it a year from now or 2 years from now. You should have took heed to the warning. This is no different than Lot warning those filthy homosexuals in Sodom and Gomorrah. No different than Noah warning these people who were practicing bestiality you know, no morals, no standards, just wickedness. And he warned them for 120 years, and they didn't listen, and they all died. And many of your asses are going to die for it. And unfortunately, many of us probably going to be right a part of it, because we're going to have to deal with the consequences, because you were stubborn and rebellious. And your children are going to be destroyed. Right now, your little boys don't know if they're boys or girls. Your girls don't know if they're boys or girls. They're all confusion. And then you got artificial intelligence coming up with technology now that's going to replace every manner of means of living for you to make you a ward of the state. All of you are going to be on welfare, government welfare. In other words, you're going to be back to the plantation doing exactly what these devils had our ancestors doing, because you were ignorant of the word of Yah. Yah told us to come from among you. Don't be a part of their system of government. And many of you went against Yah when you went out there and cast your vote. It's a bullshit vote anyway. But you went out there and you did it anyway. It's not your vote, it's your rebellion. Yah looked at your heart and you went out and did it. Whether he was selected or not, you still participated in it. And if you had given that, Yah had given you the power, you would have put him in office anyway. So it's the same damn thing. How they say, two tits on the same cow. But I'm saying to you again, Judah, you had better wake up while you have time. I don't know what you're going to do to get the blood off of your hands. Maybe like Pilate said, you know, when he was a part of the lynching of Yeshua, you know, I washed the blood off my hand. But that didn't relieve him of the acts that he had done. He still reaped what he sowed. So I'm saying to you right now, you guys better strap up. You better get ready. You have better have your provisions. Look, look. I'm gonna say this to you. If I'm wrong, you're gonna know I'm wrong. But if I'm right, you're gonna wish that I was wrong. And I know I'm right. That's all I got for you right now. But you should have woke your ass up when you had the opportunity. Now you're going to see your children's children judge behind your wicked decision, participating, picking these two guys who have no standards, no morals. They think killing babies at full term is okay, pregnancy. And that does not bother you? That don't make your heart fall out? These people are anti the Most High. They're the epitome of anti-Christ or anti the Messiah. People don't believe in no sense of faith. Yeah, they go through the motions, but these people are heathens. And you went the way of the heathen. So for the rest of us, as Joshua said, Joshua 24:15, he said, you guys go do whatever the hell you want. You were warned, so go do it. But as far as me and my house, we're going to stand on the word of Yah. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I hope that many of you who are listening to this video, I hope that's exactly what you're going to do. But troubled times are coming, guys. Mass starvation, mass incarceration, mass murder, mass etc., mass mayhem and debauchery be way beyond anything you can comprehend. Hell, Biden was part of sex trafficking, guys. Molesting little children, little girls. We've seen all the videos of this man doing this shit. And then the last thing I guess I'll say, you know, a few weeks back they caught him on a hot tape or a hot wire telling these little girls when you'll see them in 4 years when they're a little bit older. These little dancing girls, right? But I guess he was kind of dog whistling because I guess he knew 4 years later he would be president of the United States. A pedophile telling little girls, I'll see you in 4 years when you get a little bit older. Your fruit is just a little bit more ripe. I hope he come after one of mine. Let me stop right there. All right, Judah. I'll let you later.